Today we're taking a look at these NFL matches, which are happening on Sunday, September 18, 2022, and giving you our parlay picks, match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Our first parlay pick is C. Sutton over 59.5 player receiving yards. Monday Night Football was very messy for the Denver Broncos, but Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy proved to be a very formidable WR duo for Russell Wilson. Sutton finished with 7 targets, 4 receptions and 72 yards with a long of 30 yards. Last week against the Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts WR Michael Pittman had a monster game that should correlate what Sutton can do against the secondary. Sutton lined up out wide 80% of the time, Pittman 100%, and he had the highest ADOT in the league in week 1, 19.1. This line may be so low because of how porous the Texans' rush defense is, so the belief is that Denver will run the ball, but it may not be long before Sutton gets his yards. I'm expecting Sutton and Jeudy to ping-pong back and forth each week for best receiver in the offense. This week could belong to Sutton. Our second parlay pick is Hurst anytime touchdown score. Hurst was targeted 8 times by Joe Burrow during a week 1 loss to the Steelers, turning those opportunities into 5 receptions for 46 yards. He didn't find the end zone, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does against the Cowboys on Sunday. Dallas allowed the 12th most fantasy points to tight ends last season. T. Higgins is questionable for Cincinnati, so Hurst could become an even bigger part of the offense if Higgins is either out or limited. Our third pick is Chicago Bears vs Green Bay Packers. Packers minus 9.5 points. This game is a prime example of what is commonly referred to as a buy low, sell high spot. In this case, we are buying low on the Green Bay Packers and selling high on the Chicago Bears. The Packers were outclassed in Minnesota on Sunday en route to their second straight season opening loss, but this was clearly a bad spot for Green Bay. The Vikings were healthy and had the benefit of an offense that had years of continuity behind it, along with a defense that was buoyed by a frenzied home crowd in Minnesota. The Packers faced similarly adversity a year ago after they were dominated by the Saints in a 38-3 loss in week 1. Green Bay then returned home and beat up on a divisional foe by 18 points. I'm confident that we'll see a similar outcome here, mainly because I'm still not a believer in the Bears. Yes, Chicago did beat the 49ers in week 1, but that game was at home and played in extremely sloppy conditions. It was still one of the first career starts for Trey Lance, and his inexperience certainly showed in the loss. Chicago is flying high after this upset win, and this is a perfect spot to fade a team that I still think has a ceiling of 6 wins this season. Despite Green Bay's slow start offensively, the Packers' defense played well in the second half and Aaron Rodgers began to develop some familiarity with his young wide receiving core. With a full week of preparation and a dominant home record against the Bears in his career, look for Rodgers and the Packers to grab an early lead and coast to a 2-possession victory.